Today I'm talking to the immigration law specialist, Don Susantha Katugampala, the founder of the Fairfield Lawyers in Melbourne in Australia. So tell me about the process. What does a skilled professional have to do to qualify?
Firstly, they need to assess their skills. The skills need to be recognized by the Australian government. Under the legislation, there are authorized skill assessing authorities, skill assessing bodies for different skill occupations. And these skill assessing bodies specialize in the particular skill occupations, skills. And therefore they have the authority to assess the skills of an overseas applicant, overseas qualified person. And once that skill assessment is successful, the applicant is able to lodge an expression of interest with the Australian government. That's the starting point. The EOI's expression of interest is a starting point for skill migration once you obtain a successful skill assessment. If they are successful in the process, the Australian government sends an invitation to the particular applicant to make an application for migration. Upon the invitation, the applicant can lodge a visa application with the Australian government. And then that application will be assessed by an Australian government officer. You may have a positive outcome or a negative outcome. So that's the simple process for a skilled migration applicant.
Can people just go online and do it?
It's not that simple. It sounds simple on the website. Nevertheless, getting the right skill assessment successfully and classifying you to the right occupation requires some technical skills. And also, when you lodge your expression of interest, to be able to have the best chance of success to receive an invitation, and also to be able to have a successful outcome in your application, you need to make sure that you get things right. That's where a proper legal advisor comes in with proper understanding of the migration regulations. The regulations are much more extensive than what you see on the web, what you see online. So therefore, if your advisor understands the prescribed law, the regulations, and the policy behind it, then an applicant will be able to achieve a successful outcome in their skill assessment and also in the process of getting an invitation and lodging an application and finally having a successful visa outcome. It can be a permanent residence visa or provisional residence visa or a student visa or a visitor visa, any visa. I think there's technical expertise that you require.
So if you make a simple error, you could ruin the whole application.
If you make an error, your application can be refused. And if your application is refused, then you won't get a refund of your application fees. That's completely gone. Applying to immigrate to Australia is an expensive business. The application fees are quite expensive. So therefore, you're risking your application fees. And also, once you're refused, the record is in the system that you're refused, and when you make another application. So if it's a genuine error, genuine mistake, then certainly a future application will not be affected. If your application is refused on an intentional mistake, or by giving misleading or incorrect information, or incorrect or misleading documents, then certainly you have exclusion periods that you will not be able to make application for a period of 3 years. It's not simple as what you see on the website. And you need to understand the law behind it. The immigration laws are drafted, designed by expert lawyers, finally received the approval of the Attorney General of Australia. And then those laws are implemented by a government department.
So if you qualify under the various schemes to live in Australia, why should you do it? Why should you spend all this money and all this effort to move to Australia?
Australia is a great country. Australia is a stable economy. Australia has unlimited opportunities for you. Australia will give you a stable, great lifestyle. And also Australia is a place where you can live the way you want to live. You can live as an Aussie or an American or a British or a Sri Lankan or Indian or Chinese. So we have all that opportunity in Australia. So therefore, Australia is a Western country where you can live the way you want to live, a great place to live. So people are interested in immigrating to Australia. It is the best destination for immigration for lots of people in this part of the world.
Don Susantha, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Michael. Aiboan.
Aiboan.